Well, hello model car fans. Welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Raul. And here we are continuing on my Missing Link Resin 71 Hornet SC 360 kit here that I'm building. And most of this is all resin, but there are some plastic parts from Johann 69 SC Rambler box art right there. But not much. It's basically all the rear suspension, some of the front suspension pieces, the engine tranny, and a couple of bits under the hood. But it's got its own resin chassis, resin interior, which I don't think I need anything for. If anything, maybe a shifter, but as far as from the donor kit. But I'm getting it together. If you saw my last video, I was pointing out that the chassis is moved forward, everything's moved forward, the engine compartment's not in the right spot. So I'm trying to mock everything together, see how everything fits, just engineering everything. And the engine compartment still doesn't fit. Just trying to see where everything is, but mainly just glued this stuff in place temporarily. I used crystal clear right here. That's just to temporarily hold it. You can soak it in water and it'll let go. But the front of the leaf springs here have let go, but the axle is glued in place. This and the wheel backs are glued in place. A piece of steel rod, because mine was missing, but this one's just a hair long. But I don't know if I need to space the wheels and tires out yet. So I use these. They're kind of far in, so I may have to space them out. But they're definitely forward, so this kind of shows you where they're at and where they need to be. So it's showing me that. And then, you know, I drilled the holes in the front here. Give me an idea where those are. But you put a tire in there and try and center it. You pretty much see where it's at too. But the engine compartment's not in here, so it's not holding it flat. So I'm not quite as worried about this, because I can oval and move the holes around just a little bit to tweak that a little bit. And there are some ways I can deal with this too. Another thing I did was the rear here. I took some of the styrene square tube here, and I made uprights, glued them in there. You'll see them when I take this apart here in a second. And for that, I used this strip styrene, just square solid tube. It's not tube, it's a solid piece. But I cut it, clip it, glue it in place, and then trim it a little bit. But I can kind of see whether or not it's here or not. I put it that way. You can see that this side seems to be a little farther in than this side, even though I was trying to measure them and I thought they were square. But that doesn't mean the thickness of the trunk is square right up in here. Matter of fact, you can kind of see where they are touching right here. And if I push on them, you can see more of it. It's kind of funny because the light's above. But that gives me an idea where they're at. But at the same time, when I do move this stuff, trim this stuff and move it back, this is at an angle, so it's going to push it down some. So while it's a little high in one spot, it may not be when I'm done. We will see. But as you can see, it's just kind of there. I did glue the entire interior together, so you can see it there. And with the dash in place and the door panels in place, I can see that the dash needs to be moved back. And you can see here that the package tray needs to be moved back quite a bit. Now it just shifted again, so let me push it back. Now it's buttoned up, and you can see where it's at. So this needs to come back a little bit, and it doesn't quite seem to be fully square in there. But I've got some things going on. Let me get this out. There's those uprights. Now I may have to trim them and shave them or whatnot, but I'm not done tweaking. But I'm gonna be sanding this off to get it to move back. I was initially planning on sanding in here, but you know, there's really not that much material here. I can get to the edge here, but I really will have to thin this out. So I think I'm gonna leave that alone and just remove that. Although with this, there is plenty of room for this gas tank. So you can see that in there. So you can see plenty of room. I can move all of this out. And I can even move this brace a little farther forward, fill that back in so it keeps the look without realizing it's longer. And plus, since I pushed it down, these corners hit the inside here as it tapers down and tapers in. So while it went farther back when it's lower, when I moved it up, it hits more. So that needs to be rounded. Now this interior, I squared it up as best as I could, just gluing it temporarily. And I may have to clean some of this up, but this fits so snugly in the chassis, and it's right up against the wheel wells. So there's not a whole lot of room to move this interior tub around. After it's assembled, I can see all of that. It may not be a fully square, so I may have to clean some of this up here to get it to sit square in there a little bit, because it seems like it's a little this way. You can kind of see it right there. That is tweaked a little this way. So a little bit of cleaning and sanding. Get this out here and this out here. But this door panel is a little bit forward. This door panel seems to be a little bit backwards. But when I get it in here and in with the chassis, it seems to be fairly square with that. But once I get this sitting a little bit better, then I can tweak this a little bit, get that glued in much better. So this is all temporarily glued together as well. So I'm going to go out and I'm going to take some of this off, and I'm going to take quite a bit. So this is going to be an idea of how much I'll sand off. So I'll take about that much. And I definitely got to round it around here a bit more. So, but I'm going to go do this all outside with my Dremel, and then get back to the video here, because I'm not doing that inside because it throws a lot of resin dust. And I'll throw a little mask on just to keep the resin dust from getting anywhere. Another issue I got here, you can see it's twisted, but once the engine compartment is glued in place, that'll hold it flat. But just a couple of little challenges I'm working on here. But we'll do some sanding and see how it all fits here in a second. Well, here are the results from that, going out there, and as you can see, it's got quite a bit sanded off here, and probably like 1/8 of an inch. But I haven't finished sanding this. This is just how, from going slowly with my Dremel and rounding everything. And I did have to space one side up, so that's what this is. I was tilting one way, so I just glued a piece of styrene scrap that I had, and I'll trim that up a little bit as well, just to keep it the same square. But this is just roughing it up, trying to get everything squared up. And then also on this, I did grind a little bit in here and here on the one side. This side I didn't have to, just to get this to sit in there a little bit better. So when it comes to the interior tub, now you can see I got a little bit of side-to-side movement in front and back, which that's really not enough to worry about, but that just kind of frees up where it was making it sit cockeyed a little bit. I shaved a little bit in here as well, just to thin it out just a little bit. But that's all there. And if I'm real happy with the way this is fitting, I'm going to end up drilling holes here and here, so I can put pins in, so I can put it back exactly where it was before, and it'll help glue it. So that'll take some of the guesswork away when it comes to putting this back together. But I may have to put some styrene in here and space the door panels out just a little bit. Here's why. So when I get this in here, you see the door panels are pretty far away from the sides, but if I push them in, maybe I can glue them in place. That's a possibility, but I'm not really so sure about all of that. But it's fitting much better anyway, so I'll figure some more of that out. And it still wants to twist and go sideways a little bit, and I see I got to trim this side a little bit, so that may also have something to do with it. So I definitely got to trim that. So that wasn't as obvious to me before. So it's the package tray is a little too wide. So, but with all of this work here, let's get this in place. Since I still got the Dremel outside, I can work on that a little bit. But as you can see, now it's much farther back, and if I push on it, it's pretty square now. Maybe a little bit high on that one side, but it's definitely much better. But when I push it down, it seems pretty even to me. I don't know if the camera angle is helping on that. But with the rear wheels in there, I throw a tire on. Gives it an idea of, now it's pretty much in where it is. Again, still may have to space it out just a little bit, because this is technically sitting like right there. So I may have to space it out just a little bit more. And I may, sand it a little bit just to get it to sit a little bit lower, because this seems a little high in the back. But, yeah, we'll see. And the glue is kind of letting go. You can see it's, But a little bit of tweaking there. But I'm real happy with where the chassis is now sitting. So there'll be some cleanup there. And with this, also, the engine compartment here, we'll see how this fits now that I got it squeezed in there, tucked up in there, so under the interior. So okay, so there's the engine compartment. We'll hold it pretty tight. All right, so we can see where that is. And then now, let's see, moment of truth. All right, it's definitely all the way back and there. And then one last thing for testing the engine compartment. Where's that front bumper? Let's get the front bumper out. And we'll test it with the grill. So let's get this in place. Just work it in place slowly so I don't... Okay, so now... Okay, so it appears that the grill is clearing everything. I'll hold it, open that up. Got just enough space for the radiator, so that's definitely in a good spot. So I like where that's at. And this is all fitting. Chassis is fitting a little bit well. So I'll double check a few more things. Test fit a few more things here and there. And get this chassis squared up. And even this front tire. Just kind of see where the hole is. Now with the engine compartment in, I'd like the ride height on that. So, but I'm going to check all of that still one more time. And we'll do some more test fitting, but I'm really happy with how this is sitting and where it's at. So I'll do some fine tuning, some fine sanding, get it squared away. And then maybe get this engine compartment glued in place, but we'll see where everything's at before I get too far into gluing anything in there permanently. So we'll stop right there. So that kind of solves a good chunk of the fitting problems. It's all fitting really well. I'm going to work on a couple little tweaks here and there, see how much better I get it. But you guys, I hope this helps and enlightens you a little bit on some of the challenges here and my solutions to them. You may have different solutions, but that's okay. This is what's working here for me, and I'm pretty happy with the results. You guys, thank you for tuning in, subscribing, and all your comments and everything. I really do appreciate it, you guys. And you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next time.